What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Atlas Project. Today we have a very special guest, a Viking.
You are a Viking.
A Viking alumni.
Yes.
I'm a descendant.
It is Buck Kimbriel.
What's up? How are you guys?
Well, did you go to Vanden for only 2 years?
Only 2.
Wow.
Yeah, Rodriguez for the first 2.
So we met you
Yeah.
sophomore year? Junior year.
Yep.
Wow.
Why'd you transfer?
I moved in with my mom.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So I lived with my dad from basically forever until I was 16. So I went to Oak Brook, K.I. Jones, Oak Brook, Green Valley, that whole system, Rodriguez, and then I moved in with my mom. She lived in Vacaville, so.
Did you know anybody at Vanden before you came over?
I knew Forrest a little bit because randomly one Christmas we got a green machine. We'd just moved in.
Is that the tricycle?
Yeah, so scared.
Oh, shoot.
Dude. So I was just it was we were probably there for 2 months at the time.
Right.
So I was I'm gonna go find some friends.
Nice.
So I stumbled upon Forrest's house and we ended up meeting and hanging out. But even at that time, I only lived with her in the weekend. So I didn't really I wasn't super close, but I knew Forrest and Carson and maybe 1 or 2 other people.
That's a good person to know because he knew everybody.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because I felt like when you came to Vanden, it's like you were already popular. Like you already knew everybody.
No, that's different though. Senior year changed.
Really?
Yeah. So junior year, I just wasn't really comfortable.
Huh.
The thing I remember when you came and you were playing basketball and killing it.
Yeah. I
remember.
That's what I would do junior year. Just basketball. I'd show up with shorts under my pants. That's all I did in early high school and shit. So take off the pants. There's my basketball shorts, and that's always what I did. Just especially because I was new. I was just I didn't. Because I knew Forrest, but I didn't feel comfortable hanging out with 20 people.
Yeah,
all because that I knew Forrest.
Yeah.
So, and I just wasn't really comfortable myself. You know what I mean? And then I ended up getting into the gym, losing weight. I also got into the point of just saying it. I used to say no to a lot of things, even if I was invited.
Right.
And I was just I need to stop doing that.
Yeah.
So I just started saying yes.
That's the cool part, though. I mean, being the outsider, since middle school up to Vanden, you're once you're put into this category, you got to stick with that category until you're done with done with high school, and it's just you can try to break out of that, but people are gonna be you're fake. Who you trying to be? You trying to be cool now?
Yeah.
So
that's where I think I got a little lucky though, because that junior year, I was friends with Renee and Ash, a few different people, Brendan Kane and things like that. But I didn't have a big group or anything, and not a lot of people really. You knew a little bit about me.
Yeah.
It kind of allowed me that freedom. And then I started listening to Cudi. Kid Cudi was a big.
He changed your life.
No, he really he helped with a lot of things of just solo dolo and Man on the Moon, all that. I was just no, I can be me and I can go do whatever the hell I want and not really give a damn.
Speaking of Cudi, I know his music it legit helps people.
Oh no, without a doubt.
Because I didn't listen to Cudi that much.
Oh no, without a doubt.
Really?
His mixtapes and whatnot, without a doubt, were therapy. Damn. And then Man on the Moon 1. I mean, Man on the Moon 2. I had that vinyl. I had both of those vinyls.
That's tight.
But the B side of the second record, that's been on my vinyl or my record player for probably a month. And all I'll do is I'll get home, play those 4 songs.
That's dope, man.
Yeah, and his music definitely, especially the mixtapes,
That's tight.
especially the mixtape songs The Prayer, songs Solo. I mean, just yeah, 100%.
Did you come back from summer to senior year? Did you did your mind shift where you're I'm gonna be cool?
Nah.
You know what I mean? Because I feel you came back and everyone was
Nah,
who's this
it
Buck?
happened,
Yeah.
but it wasn't the goal. It was more so just I'm not going to give a damn.
Yeah.
I cared too much before, and I was just nah. That was the part of the Cudi thing is okay, I can be weird, I can be whoever I want to be.
Right.
I just need to own it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, and not be so scared and
everyone
timid.
accepted you too.
But it's easier. I think it's when you're being authentic, people will.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. Whereas if I don't think I was truly authentic before because I didn't want to show my authentic self.
Right.
So
Well, yeah, that's hard with at a new school and stuff too.
yeah.
The cool part too, I knew a lot of theater kids in Vanden, and they were true and authentic to themselves, and they did not care about anything. Yep. And now, like, I see them, you know, via social media, but they're still who they are and just still thriving. Whereas like other people can get lost in that, like, I have to act a certain way, I have to portray myself in a certain way, where it's just like, it's too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So. I don't believe in like those boxes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, just, I think everybody's everything. You know what I mean? It's like when you think someone's just, oh, that's a happy person. Like, nah. Like, have you ever seen people? Like, you as a human, you're going to go through like everything. Sorry.
No, I feel it.
But you know, you're a mixture of all these things. Like, you have these ups and downs. So to me, it's human. Right. So why, like, things are always going to change. Whether you're a designer and you move here, and then you start, you know, doing video, and then now you're a salesman because you learned that you're really good at that, and then now you're managing the whole team. Like,
exactly.
It's you can't. Yeah.
Now, you being in the tech world, do you feel like limited, or do you feel like you have that freedom?
That's a pretty good question. You have a lot of freedom for certain things. So like where I came from, I was kind of everything, right? Like I would design it, code it. I was like everything, right? Just for websites here and there. On a professional team, it's you know, anywhere from 10 engineers, few designers, and salespeople to, you know, hundreds and hundreds, depending on how big your company is. And you end up you have a lot of control over what you do. Right. But like, I can offer opinions for product, right? And I can, you know, and if it's logical and the manager wants to accept it, he or she can. But that's not my job. And that I do kind of miss, because like I always looked at myself as a product person, not necessarily like the only reason I code now or got into tech was because of design, and because like I only learned to code so that I could do everything. You know what I mean? Tight. Like I didn't want to hire somebody and not know what the hell they did.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, let me figure it out first.
Right.
Yeah. And then, but I don't look at myself as like an engineer necessarily. Like I think I'm more product and creative type, but engineers are creative too. It's just a different type. You're getting creative with data manipulation and how to move it.
Jeez, you gotta be super smart for that stuff.
Well, okay, so for people that don't know, because I don't know,
right?
Where did you you left high school? Yeah. What did you do? Because I felt like you kind of just went off the map and did your own thing.
Yeah. I got I kind of went dove into the deep end. I had a tech job at Leone. You remember Mrs. Leone? Yeah. So she got me a job at this guy, Mike Hudson. He owns a company, Hudson Business Networks, and he's also like a politician in Sassoon. And so he hired me, and that was probably the best thing ever. Like at first I wasn't even I wanted to like work at Best Buy.
Right.
And that would have been just not good. That would have been a totally different path.
We respect people at Best Buy still, though.
No. Like I said, I wanted to work there. I'm just saying it would have led to a different path because I just kind of wanted to get away from tech for whatever reason. So, because I just moved, and I was like, let me live the Vacaville life, whatever the hell that is. And so, like, she got me this job, and I kind of slept on it, just like, I'm not going to call the guy. And then I did, and I met with him, and he offered me the job, and it was actually less than what Best Buy would pay me or whatever, but it was way better of an opportunity. So I got to like work with other politicians and build their websites and integrate them into different things, and that was like the catalyst, because I saw one of my coworkers there go from making $200-300 a week to $1,200 in San Francisco over the course of like 3 months. Like he just went and got a what's it called? It's like an agency job. So it's a contract, 3 months or whatever. Yeah. But I've been making great money, and I was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. And then I was working for my dad doing some tech stuff. Built a web app to manage just like this guy's house. He was, very wealthy dude. So he needed a management system to know all the serial numbers and repair guys and things for all of his appliances. He probably had 20 fridges in the house.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, they literally had a guy hired that would manage the house stuff.
That's insane.
So I was building that, and my dad was just like, he owns a construction company, and I was working with him to build that. It was one of his clients that needed it. So the market, kind of goes down, he doesn't really have a lot of work in December because it's construction, rainy.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know, I'm probably 18 at the time. He's just like, yo, I can't pay you. Like, I have real adults with families I need to pay. So you don't have a job for the next month or two.
Yeah.
And I went on Craigslist and I got hired to like code a quick web app.
Right.
And I thought the logo was really ugly. So I just redesigned their logo.
That's tough.
And I sent
Did they
that.
know?
No, no, they didn't know.
Okay.
But I was just like, hey, I think this logo might work a bit better.
Right.
And they loved the logo as well as like what else I had done. And they're like, come down to San Jose. Then I was on contract for like 3 months.
Wow.
And then they offered me the job, and it was just like, I either can go to Solano Community College,
Right.
which will be there
Exactly.
in a year, 2 or 10.
Yeah.
Or I can go see what I can learn here.
Well, I was just about to
That's
ask
super
you,
cool.
was there any school involved there? That is
I mean, I took one.
Leone's class.
I mean, but
Hers
I mean,
was very basic.
all due respect, but no, she didn't really teach. I had already known how to code, right?
Yeah. She didn't
She taught more about like business. She
Right.
taught more overarching, like the full thing, not like
Gotcha.
here's how to code.
right.
Yeah.
But no, what I like, it's weird because I don't necessarily like saying I'm self-taught, even though, I mean, I put forth the effort technically.
Yeah.
Right.
But like I had so many people help me. I mean, just random strangers, you know what I mean? Just online where I'm like, hey, I can't get this to work.
That is insane.
This is, you know,
This is
and
how you
I'd
do it.
send them a zip.
Right.
And they would send it back with it fixed. Or like I would trade design, like actually the first time I learned how to code was I had 2 designs that a coder needed.
Right.
So I was like, you teach me how to code and I'll give them to you for free.
Damn.
And then he became like my chat buddy.
Right.
So I probably annoyed the hell out of him,
Right.
Yeah.
as well as other people. But that's how I learned.
You
And
gotta do
then
it.
and then at
Networking,
the
man.
startup, you know, then once you're in it and you're getting paid for 40 hours a week and you're working 60, you know, I just went all the way. I was working 60, 70. It was, to me, that was my college, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, if this doesn't work, I have to go back to college at however old I am.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't want to really do that.
Yeah.
So I was just like, got to make this work. And it's worked out okay for now.
Bro, that's like true hustling for
It
real
was,
though.
in the early days, it was rough.
Right.
I mean, it was definitely like, there was nights I slept in the car because I didn't want to drive the 2 hours back home because I didn't have a place, right? I lived at home up here. Work was in San Jose.
Jeez, yeah.
Yeah, so
And
when
you
you work,
started like right after high school on this journey.
about a year. So
Okay.
I did that web app for my dad's client from like 18 to 19.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because like right at 18, I left Mike's to go to my dad's.
I just had it like we're 26,
Yeah.
27.
Yeah.
Like I was like,
That's what I'm saying.
that wasn't that long ago, but that was a long
I know
time
it
ago.
doesn't seem that long for me either. Yeah, like every job I've worked seems like it was my last job.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like I just left it and now
Right.
I'm here. But
Was there ever a time, because 18, 19, was there ever a time where you were just like, nah, I'm just gonna stop trying?
nah, it's honestly like 18 or 19. I thought I was gonna be like Zuckerberg or something.
That's dope.
Like I was really driven by just like let me chase this, you know. And I
Right.
had a lot of stock in that startup because I was one of like the first 10 people they hired. And so my whole thing was like, let me try to build this. But then you learn that like a lot of things are out of your control.
Yeah.
And people want to make decisions that are detrimental. So
Oh shoot.
then I learned that like, okay, I need to be maybe a little bit more selfish.
Right.
But yeah, like I don't have those Zuckerberg dreams and you know, like that
feel
isn't, I just don't even think it jives with me. But you know, at 18, 19, 20,
Yeah.
fresh out, you're just like,
You hungry?
Let's do
yeah,
this,
like
yeah.
full steam ahead.
So what's in Santa Monica? Like, what are you doing there?
I work for a company called CyberU, which is a subsidiary of Cornerstone On Demand. And what they do is they do like HR training. So like,
okay.
you know, if you get hired by like, you know, some factory job or anything really, like we
That's
have
sick.
contracts with MoneyGram or even schools and stuff.
Right.
So whether it's like sexual harassment or Excel spreadsheets or like we do a lot of different things. I mean, they're a really big company. They're multinational. So they kind of, you know, they do a lot of stuff. So yeah, but yeah, it's
So you're coding for that, or
yep,
Yeah.
just JavaScript.
Just JavaScript.
Yeah, no, that's all. It's really just a bunch of JavaScript because they really, once you get more in profession, you know,
Right.
at higher levels, you get more siloed into like specific
Okay.
specific jobs.
Do you like freelance? Is that even a thing? Like, can you freelance?
Oh yeah. I kind of pick my clients though.
Right.
Like I don't really want like too much work because, as you guys probably know, like clients can be a real pain in your butt.
I love your catches like after you've said it. I said it, but I'm gonna change it now.
But yeah, they can be a real pain. You know what I mean? Right. So like, what I've kind of learned is like to pick clients that you guys both benefit. You know, so I'm gonna provide you these, and but I do freelance, basically just simple websites. The whole goal that I'm kind of going at right now is to get more residual income from like hosting and security of your website. So my initial fee generally isn't very much. You know, I'm not doing these $5,000-$10,000 projects because if I'm charging that much, it's so much work. Yeah. So generally I'm charging anywhere from $500 to like $2,000 maybe. Right. And anything above that, I'm probably just going to say no to. Yeah. And then the whole goal though is just $50 a month for your hosting, your renewals, everything, like everything. Yeah. That's what I'm focusing on a bit more, but it's not like I'm marketing and stuff. It's more so like somebody's like, hey, well, Buck does a website, so hit him up. Yeah. And I'm like, okay.
So what the goal is to get like as many as you can. Because is like after you've already done all the initial work, is there really much?
There's not much. It just depends on the client. Yeah. So like one of mine, they run a motorcycle event once or twice a year. They've been growing. Originally it was once. Now it's like twice in 2 different locations. So generally once a year they have a big update. So it'll be over the span of like a month. They'll send me stuff maybe a week at a time. Yeah. And it's just content. It's really not like a huge thing. It's just like, we're having a new event. We need a new banner. We need this data there. Yeah. And so then what I always do is like that $50 a month comes with free work, a free 2 hours. It doesn't accumulate, but you get those free too. I hardly ever extra charge. Like if you're paying me $50 a month, generally all the work's going to be free.
Yeah. That's super cool. So back to high school, how do you feel about the 10-year reunion?
Yeah, I feel like I plan on going. Ooh. Yeah, like I definitely I'll show up. Yeah. Unless I'm like, how many more years do we have?
We got 2. Well, technically 1 after.
Technically 1.
Yeah. Then, because like I plan on doing some traveling, but that's not for about 2 or 3 more years. Yeah. So I'll be in the States, so I'll probably end up going. But I don't know. Like, I think some people probably look at it as like going back to like, I don't know, be like, this is what's happened, you know, like here I am now.
Right. Look at me.
I've grown 10 years.
I have a wife.
Yeah. Whereas like me, I think it's more so going to be like, hey, Chris, David, you want a drink? Like, you want to have some fun? Like, I'm not really with the small talk and whatnot. Like but that's where like with you, I feel like we, especially since graduating, like we don't hang out all the time. No. But every time we do, it's just right back to it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's no like, so how's the last week been?
Yeah. I know. It's so,
like it's not this like stupid. Yeah. It's it quickly leads to jokes. Yeah. And stuff like that.
Yeah. And that's how I feel like like David Francis and I have always been. Yep. I could literally not talk to David for 10 years and still call him my best friend. Yeah. Because you just pick it right back up, and it's so nice.
That's how you know. That's how you know you homies. Like when it's
absolutely.
Because I get like small talk is one thing, and if there's something that's going on, like David had a baby, and if I was like you, where you were in Santa Monica or San Jose, and you weren't really around, obviously talking about their kid and like how everything's been going, that's totally acceptable. But it's the like, how's the weather and.
Well, even with the
what
kids
have you been
stuff,
up to?
It's like, how much are you gonna get?
Yeah,
like typically it's gonna be like, oh yeah, they're good, they're in preschool.
But like intentionally asking about like how the journey is, like how's it actually, is it all going well?
Yeah, that's why I don't have a desire to go, just because the homies that I want to keep in contact with, I am in contact with, and I know we're all doing our own things, and if we're in town, it's just like, all right, let's all get together, kind of thing.
Yeah, I think I will feel more obligated than a want.
Right.
Yeah. But I've always gone back and forth. Like, there's a part of me that's like you, where it's like, I talked to Ethan and I talked to Joel and I talked to David, but then it's like, that's not, I feel like a 10-year reunion isn't really for them. Like I haven't seen Tate Miller since we graduated.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
I would like to see.
I loved talking to Tate.
Yeah,
you
Tate
know?
was awesome.
So it's those kind of like friendships that I would like to like, not rekindle, but like
catch up.
Yeah, catch up.
That's a good catch up.
Yeah. But it's like the people that you never really talk to, I'm not going to go for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's why I would say just shoot them a
Won't name
text.
names.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, we start going on. Yeah, I hated that.
Yeah. But it's, you know, it's one of those things where it's, if they wanted to keep in contact with you, they would.
Right.
And if you wanted to keep in contact with them, you would. So it's the people that, you know, I'll think about fondly of certain people in high school randomly. And then I'm like, oh man, I wonder how they're doing, you know? But Tate's been in the military and he's been everywhere. So it's some people you just can't really talk to.
Nah, I'm always just my thing as I've gotten older is just like, I want to be in person.
Yeah.
Like I don't really care for texting. I don't really care for like calling.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I talk to my dad. I mean, now we're talking a bit more because we're getting into like stock options and stuff like that. So now now we'll call and it's literally just talking stocks and stuff.
Yeah.
But like my dad and I, and even my mom and I, like I don't call her every day and be like, oh, how's it? You know, it's like once a month, once every couple, whatever it is. Like when something's happening, and there's something to talk about.
Yeah.
But
and the nice part too is like once you see them, you have something to talk about rather than like, so how's that drama going? You know?
Well, that's the hard part is if you did talk every day, like my day is very, it's the exact same thing almost every day.
Right.
Not exactly, but it's like my mom will go like, anything exciting happening? And like, no, like, you know what I mean? Like anything cool? Nope. I just went to work and came home, you know?
And
so
when
that's
it
the
is
hard
day
part.
to day, you can't really see as much of the change.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's true.
The progress and all that. No, I feel that.
Yeah. So
you're gonna travel.
Oh yeah.
Where do you want to travel to?
Kind of everywhere. Like I've gotten kind of tired of like I feel like part of what I've done in life is like prove people wrong.
Ooh,
but that's kind of like a trap.
What do you mean by that? That's
so like I was always told you have to go to college, right? And I never I was just like, no, I don't. Right? Like freshman year, I wrote an essay. My English teacher was like, why are grades important? I wrote an essay about why they're not important, and got an F on that real quick.
I'm gonna have to ask you. I'm gonna have to ask you who that teacher is later.
I don't even remember her name. Yeah, it was freshman year, but I don't care. Like I got switched out of that class like the next week. Apparently, like I didn't ask for it. So I mean, maybe she did. I don't know the details.
Yeah.
But no, I never saw the correlation of like. I was raised being told like you're smart. So like I don't need a teacher to tell me that I'm smart.
Right.
And like I feel like I wanted to prove all of like those teachers wrong. I wanted to prove certain people wrong. Like I remember even at Vanden, like distinctly in my stats class, one girl's like, she was talking crap about like, oh, what college are you going to? You aren't gonna do shit, or you know whatever it is. And I was just like, you don't even know me.
Yeah.
Like. I might be a little crazy or whatever, do like what I do, but you don't even know me to like know that. But by like doing that, I end up at this place where it's like, did I just do this to like prove people wrong?
Right.
Like as much as I love coding for myself, right? I love designing for myself.
Right.
And it seems like looking back, I had a lot of motivation because of that, which is a great thing, of course, but it's also weird to get to a place where you're finally like pretty comfortable,
right?
Yeah,
and you're kind of like, wait,
what was all that for?
Yeah, like was this really what I like?
Want?
If I didn't think so much about like proving them wrong, would I maybe have gone slower and went like more like a route that you guys took, where like I'm like I'll just stay in Vacaville, I'll start my own and I'll expand from there and move on or whatever. But I was like so hungry to go, so now I just want to like escape that in a sense, and like. I just want to go travel and experience different cultures, you know, and like the true culture. I don't want to like go on vacation.
Yeah.
I don't really agree with like that idea of like go sit on a beach and relax for a week because this is what your body needs. No, I think what you actually need is to like get out of your little bubble, right?
Exactly.
Go to Japan and just not know. So like my plan is literally to take about 2 years and just.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And like every 2, I mean, there's no real plan of like 3 months here and 3 months there and 3 months there. It's more so like maybe I spend 6 months in Japan and then I go and I spend like a month in Thailand and then I go spend 4 in Brazil and then go to Spain for 6 or like whatever I feel is more so what I want to do.
That's so dope that you said like experience the culture, because that's the hard part. You know, you like Hawaii, like when we went to Hawaii, we were like, hey, let's go here, and we had other cats just like, let's go to like just stay at the resort and just chill. It's like, why though?
Yeah, that's not my thing. Like, especially, it's so easy to do that here.
Exactly.
Like, what are we talking
especially
about?
where you are.
Well, but you're to an hour and a half flight too. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not that pricey. It's if you book it a month in advance, like $150 tops.
So what you're saying like that 2 years is gonna be kind of like a reset for you?
Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, definitely. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, a reset of just like diving in head first again, the same way I did when I was like 20.
Nice.
But also with like a different view on, like, I want to have a family and kids and whatnot.
Yeah.
But not right now. Right. And like, I don't want to have them and then want to travel. Yeah. Right. Like, I want to bring a child in with like a lot more knowledge than like some moron that's like, well, America. Like, I want, you know, I love America, you know, but it's just like, I want to at least give them world experience before they even have to.
Yes.
Right. And have that thirst. I think a lot of people, their parents haven't really traveled and they think about vacation and then they get indoctrined into that like way of thinking. And I don't really agree with it. Like,
it's so insane.
You've always gone against the grain.
I try to. I don't really like the grain. I gotta go against that.
Well, yeah, people are weirded out by it. It's not, you know, it's not normal, but it doesn't mean it's wrong.
No, I think you end up finding a lot of like good out of it. To be honest, like I
feel it.
When I went to Japan, it was like the biggest eye opener ever, because you go to this country, everyone's like super respective, and like I was telling Elle when I came back, like you can literally leave your camera in the street and no one would touch it, or if they do touch it, they're gonna touch it to bring it to like the police station. Like everyone out there got your back essentially. And then coming back to America, you're just kind of like, man, I gotta watch my back 24/7. Not 24/7, but out here is different.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing when I went to Brazil. Like you go to Brazil and they're literally months away from not having food.
Yep.
And when we gave them food, they were like, "Oh my, we didn't think we were gonna be able to eat." You know what I mean? And we joke about like we gotta eat, but it's like for other people in the world, it's literally like that. So you come back here and it's like, who cares if your latte's, you know, not made right? You know what I mean? Like you can ask for another one. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah. And they'll give it to you.
And they'll give it to you.
Yeah.
So it's
give it to you.
It's those things that kind of, you know, open your eyes and go, okay, we're super blessed and lucky to be here.
Yeah. Like I even went to Bermuda this summer, visiting a couple friends. Yeah. And Bermuda's amazing. But I had that same thing coming back, because in Bermuda it's like so respectful. Even the kids, like you hop on the bus and like I remember distinctly one time I'm on the bus with my buddy and out of nowhere there's like 15-20 kids getting on and like 2 adults, and immediately I'm just like, oh God, like I'm gonna get a lot of anxiety. I'm gonna be pretty upset. Like this isn't how I want to start my morning. I'm probably hungover as well. Like, and I was just like, no. And literally all the kids were great. One kid ended up like just trying to like dance or something while he tried standing up without holding on to the poles while it was moving. And some other lady was like, "Hey boy, don't do that." And he listened, and like nobody got mad at her for like disciplining this kid. No, it's like a community of just like, no, like kids are raised to like respect. And like you walk onto the bus and you're like, "Good morning." Like there's just a tone of respect all around. That's great. And then you come back here and it's just like people are, you know, it's just nuts. You get into traffic and you see like the worst of everybody. Like,
you see the worst of me, I'll tell you that.
Ah, dude, that's why I don't drive. I'm like,
you got your scooter, dude.
Dude, driving gives me such bad anxiety now.
Oh, I bet.
It gives me such bad anxiety.
Because you've been away from it for so long?
Not even that. Well, especially in LA, is just the dumb, like the people that want to cut people. Like, like the cause of traffic is switching lanes all the time. That's literally the cause. And now you guys are doing it all while in traffic, as if you're going to get where you need to get faster. How much time are you really saving? So it just frustrates me, and then it's like I don't want to get in an accident. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
my life,
Right,
and
right.
like these people are just
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh god,
Sketchy.
yeah.
No.
Meanwhile, I'm on a scooter. This is way safer. Huh?
I'm gonna stay on the sidewalks.
That's what I want though.
Yeah.
cool.
So that's the driving is just not for me.
It's not cool.
You know, I like it on an open road though.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Like when I drive down to San Diego and get to open it up a bit.
Yeah. That's why I like to go to when we go to Disneyland. I like to drive at night because
Yeah.
it's just empty.
tight.
Yep. I'm a nighttime driver as well.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's cool to have that transition to like at night, and then the sun just starts coming up, and you're just like,
Dude.
Yeah.
we're almost there.
We made it.
1 hour. 1 hour.
I got this question that popped in my head about, let's say 20 years from now, 10 years from now, whatever, the mathematical. Whenever you have a son
Yeah.
or a daughter in high school,
Yep.
and they're just like, Pops, these cats have no idea what they're talking about. These teachers.
Yeah.
Like, how are you gonna?
I'm worried about that.
Are you?
No, I really am. Like, not only that, I think a lot of the kids are gonna like. I honestly feel like growing up, I didn't look at like. To me, everyone was equally intelligent. It was just
Right.
how you used it. Like
Right.
whether you wanted to put in the effort. It wasn't like unless obviously some disability.
Right.
But even then, I never really was just like, oh, that's a dumb person that can't learn. It's just
Right.
like 10,000 hours. Like I'm a big believer in that.
Right.
Yeah.
But like with the media now and like where everything's like super soft right now and things of that, I hope it corrects. But like the trend, at least historically, is still like it gets more liberal, right? So even if it does swing back, it's still gonna keep going more liberal, I think. And which I'm not against liberal, but yeah, it sounds like that now.
Yeah.
But no, I'm just not for like softness or like victim mentalities and stuff. Like, not to say you aren't a victim, but you can't become like you can't like just take that title on.
Yeah, you can't let it define you.
Yeah, and like prevent any type of growth.
Right.
And I'm scared of that type of view and like this idea of equality of outcome versus equality of opportunity. Right? Like to me, as long as you have equality of opportunity, right, we should protect that.
Right.
Equality of outcome is bullshit. Like, sorry, but no.
for
that
real.
one is like that one's no.
Right.
Like life ain't fair, homie.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
this isn't nothing's guaranteed. So I'm just worried that more people are going to have that type of view of equality of outcome. And I'm going to be teaching my children equality of opportunity. So I'm not so much worried about them as an individual. I'm worried about their place in the whole mix.
Right.
Right? Like their friends or even them thinking like, I don't want my child to think that they're better than anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? But at the same time, you also have to educate them that like, no, don't listen to that kid. Like, look at his parents. Like,
Right.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but they're not intelligent.
Right.
Like, they're not up to par with what you need, you
Right.
know, to be ingesting, essentially.
Right.
And yeah, I'm a little worried about it. But ultimately, I mean, it's my kid. He or she has to be the best that they could be. So I don't really care,
Yeah.
you know, if other people want to say certain stuff or. But yeah, I already know I'm going to go into some teacher's class and be like, you know what I mean? Because my kid will watch some documentary and he's in class and they're showing something that's false.
Like,
That's not true.
Yeah, like, oh, they gave him turkeys and stuff. Well, they also gave him poison blankets. Like that's going to be my kid.
Right.
And then I'm going to be like,
Sorry.
yeah, like he can't, no, you can't get my child in trouble because he told you the truth.
Right.
Like,
And the thing is, the cool side too, if your child does bring up that topic, it sparks conversation.
yeah,
And
it should.
Yeah,
It
it should.
should,
Instead
yeah.
of like,
Well, and even if it doesn't, hopefully there's one other kid that's just like,
is
and
that
then
the-
does his own Googles or something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's all it really, right? Like the whole Tupac thing of like, I might not be the one to change the world, but I'll spark the mind that changes it. Like,
That's facts. That's my, it's so
Yeah.
good.
Jeez.
And that's the thing. It's only one. It only takes one person.
oh yeah.
Just one.
Yeah.
Because now we live in a world where it's like, I need hundreds. And it's like, no, you
cool.
really don't. You just need
Yeah.
that one homie that got your back.
Yeah,
So.
all this social media stuff is weird.
Oh.
Are you on social media like that?
I'm on Instagram, but not like that.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I post here and there. You know what I mean? Like,
I wanted to go back to where it was just like actually just life.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I want to delete Facebook, but it sucks. I just want like a family Facebook.
Yeah.
Like I like seeing my aunt and uncle's post.
Right.
But like I hate some stupid political stuff, like
which is like,
and then you know me, it's hard for me to stay out of it.
do you jump in?
No, I don't jump like full. No, I don't do all the way anymore. I've gotten better. No, I've gotten better.
Bucky.
But like, well, when I was younger, I would actually have a point to argue more so like the anti of whatever, you know, if you were like guns need to be taken away, then I would just be like, no, they don't.
Right.
Now, like I see a lot more. I see both sides doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I'm merely just, hey, you're doing the same thing that this side is doing. That's more so what I'm trying to say. And immediately it's just like, you like Hillary or you like Trump. Like literally both have happened. I'm just like, no, I'm just like saying,
Hey,
look at it more, you know, like factually, and like you don't need to get.
It's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
So I've actually gotten a lot better, but still there's times where I'm just like, because it comes more so out of care for the person, not out of like hate for the person.
Yeah.
It's more so like, hey, if you want to be passionate about something, like you should probably go a little bit deeper. Right? Like you're looking pretty shallow right now at these memes.
Yeah.
And maybe if you dig, like you would actually be able to help.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's like the memes, man. It's easy to repost and be like, I have a view. It's like
it's the title of the article.
Yeah.
Or it's like I saw a video of some dad videoing his daughter walking to school because she was bullying somebody on the bus.
I saw that.
Yeah.
It's not okay.
Right.
Like no. Like what are you doing as a dad that you need all that credit?
Yeah.
Well,
that's
Like
weird.
get out of here. You
Yeah.
don't need to make your daughter you're bullying your daughter.
Yeah.
Like you want to know why she's bullying other kids?
Yeah. It's
Because you're bullying her.
yeah.
I saw a post. I saw a post yesterday, yesterday. It was about, you know how people film themselves giving them money to homeless, and one cat was like, imagine being homeless and being recorded.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, why? I hate when people do that, bro. It's like,
It's the worst.
Yeah, it's so terrible.
Yeah. Yep. And everyone's in that culture now.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's hard to stop. I don't know how.
Yeah, but it's also like I found that like even if you watch the news and whatnot, right, with everywhere that goes, in my life none of it affects me. You know what I mean? Like I don't watch the news anymore. It's on at work. Like they have TVs at the office and CNN will be on or whatever. So you walk by and it's just constant, you know, headline and breaking news. Like it's 24-hour breaking news.
Right.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and it's literally like 2 weeks later and it's just done. It's the next thing.
Yeah,
I'm just like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy.
I feel it.
It's not my gig.
Nope. I don't think it's ours either.
Yeah. But you guys were saying how 2018 has been quite a year.
It has been.
Yeah. I want to hear a little bit about that.
Do you want to talk about it, Chris?
Because
it's been a year. What else you need? No, I'm just joking. No, I'm just joking.
So much info. Yeah.
Nah, I feel like it's been a year that we needed. Like, I'm trying to look positive at things now because in our like previous stuff that we talk about, it's like, what was us? But it's like you have to go through like the tough times in order to grow.
Everyone.
Right. So I mean, we've had a lot of like great opportunities arise, and it just like literally like being taken away from us
for reasons that we still don't know.
Yeah. And that's
probably what hurts the
That's
most,
the
then,
worst.
right?
Yeah.
Because you're not aware of where you're falling short.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm
If you're
fine.
falling
Yeah.
short.
And that's the thing is I'm fine with rejection.
Yeah. It's just reject us right then and there.
Yeah. Just do it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because I feel like a lot of things that have happened, we get pumped and we're like super stoked. And we're like, we're going to be able to pay rent this month. And then no email and no nothing. And then we follow up. We're like, hey, is this, what's going on? Nothing. So it's kind of.
Do you feel like it's a market where there's like just a lot of competition? So they're talking to 4 different people and then they just pick one and now everyone else is SOL?
Potentially. And we don't know.
Right.
So that's the hardest part. But like we had a meeting and with a company and then they didn't say like we were looking for other people and they said we really like your guys' stuff and we really, are excited to work with you guys and then nothing.
My thing is once you go to the point of planning out dates, that's like you put in our heads like we got it. Like because they're like
because contracts weren't signed obviously.
Gotcha.
But it's like they were signed.
Yeah.
In our heads.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things.
You're
just,
counting those eggs.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well now we can do this and we can do that.
Right.
And one is fine, but then we just had multiple and or people hit us up and we give them our prices and no response, and it's kind of like, well, what are we supposed to do?
But at the end of the day, it's like, do you want to work with people like that in the first place.
No,
like,
exactly.
You want to work with people that want you.
Yeah.
And if they don't want you, it's fine. But like, it'd be nice to let you let us know that you don't want us. But
Yeah.
No, my dad taught me pretty young actually, because I always pretty much had issues with a teacher or two.
No way.
Yeah, and he was just like, you're kind of unlucky because you can't necessarily pick your teachers, but a major thing as you get older is picking, right? You get to pick. So he goes, a great learning experience for me when I was younger with the business was I had a ton of bad clients because I needed the money.
Yeah.
Right. So he would just chase and chase and chase.
Yeah.
And what he learned was having like 3 really good clients is way more beneficial than having like 30 like average or bad ones.
Yeah.
Because those 3 grow into 10 really good ones because it's all the networking of that.
Right.
Where the moment somebody there needs something, boom, and out of nowhere you have 10 really good clients that they only come to you.
Right.
And then whoever comes into their circle, boom, and it just compounds.
Right.
And
so we got to find that one.
yeah, no, I mean it's time in too, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like, and with the ups and downs, I mean my dad's company went bankrupt at one point, you know what I mean? So, but he just started right back up, you know?
And
so there are going to be ups and downs.
Yeah, it is the time because we were talking about that yesterday. Is like we're only in our 3rd year.
Yep.
And that's super.
Right.
It's like a baby.
Yeah.
still.
And I feel like your first 2 were great.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And I think we started off really strong, and I think the hype was there, and I think, all the support was there, and that can only go so far for so long.
Yeah.
And we got some crazy opportunities and all that. So I think that's why our highs were so high that now our lows feel lower.
Yep.
You know what I mean? If we would have had just a mediocre first year, the second year wouldn't have been that bad.
Yeah. If it would have been like a slow progress of like growing every year, whereas you like shot off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then I quit my job last year. So this year has been the first year where I've not been employed.
Gotcha.
So that is a whole new aspect to it as well, which has been, something to adjust to for sure.
Yeah. But it's something you got to do. Like that's
Exactly.
Yeah. That's why it's inspiring because it's just like, it's scary as hell no matter who you are. You know what I mean? Whether you're making like $5,000 a year or $200,000 a year.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
if you're leaving your company, you're reliant upon that one way or another. Like you're used to making X amount. And then to be like, I'm waking up on Monday and I've got to just figure out how to get somebody to pay me.
Yeah.
Right.
You know? And like, that's, but you got to do it. I mean, that's how you learn anything. Like you don't learn until you do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Really. Like, and then you just learn that like, oh, yeah, I can do it. Like, oh, we don't have any business. I know how to get business. You know what I mean? You just learn.
Yeah.
So,
So we're in that process for sure.
Yeah.
no, it's awesome seeing, man. It really is. Seeing you two guys, man. It's like really cool. Like I love seeing, I love seeing the random video. Every bit of it, I'm just like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Like it's really cool. Even from like the start of like you and Ethan eating freaking lettuce heads. Like, you know what I mean?
OGs.
I'm
The
still
OG.
scarred.
Yeah. No, dude, I'll like see stuff. I think of skits randomly and I'm like, God, I wish I lived. I wish it was high school so I could just call Chris and we could just like do a skit.
Those were the days.
Yeah. But like seeing that to like the basketball video to like the airlines, you know, and beyond. Yeah, it's so cool. Like it really is.